Hello, good evening, everybody. Okay, good evening, everybody. If you can hear me, just say hello.
Hello, I hear you.
Okay. Can you hear me, Teresa, Dr. Teresa?
Yes.
Okay. You're all welcome to another wonderful meeting. I'd like us to encourage our fellow scholars to be in the meeting because we have started. If you know they are not here, just help send the link to them. This is Nigeria Impact Accelerator meeting. Nigeria Impact Accelerator meeting. This is the second time we are meeting, and on last week we met by 8 o'clock and we brainstormed on certain things which we are going to update ourselves with it. So I'm going to share my screen with us. Okay. At the global meeting on Wednesday, the word shared with us one of the things we were asked to do is to get a goal for this impact accelerator exercise for this month, for the month of July. And so I want to share the goal with us. First of all, let me start with welcoming everybody on board. Those who are just joining us for the first time, this Nigeria Accelerator platform. Our ground rules is that you respect people's opinion and respect people's, when you start, you type in your city and your state, the place you're connecting from. and your active participation is required. Listening, presenting, giving feedbacks, they're all required. Asking questions, commenting during the presentation of any one of us is very, very important. To request to speak, just unmute yourself. So welcome on board once again for those people who did who did the inequity course that just joined us for the first time. Welcome, welcome, and welcome. So the activities of the Nigerian Impact Accelerator for the month of July, one of the activities we stated was that we're going to select the leaders at the zone, the national leaders, the zone, and the state leaders. This is based on the interest that you indicated when you were filling the Google form. Then you will share the document, the Nigerian Strategic for Immunization and PAC System Strengthening for 2018 to 2020 that was developed in 2018, and the harmonized document for this and the data improvement plan. And with the leaders to review, come up with the new innovations and ideas. Then the harmonization of coverage survey and reducing inequity and improving coverage will still be going alongside with during this 1 month accelerator exercise. Drafting of proposal for the implementation of GIFs and data improvement plan. And thereafter, we will now pay advocacy visits to MPACDA and the implementing partners. One thing we have to know, impact quotes, is that those who see ahead are those who make impact. Never see challenges, but see only solution. Keep making progress. Okay, so we have shared with us already the names of the leaders at the zone, at the national, at the zone, and at the state. Those people that indicated interest during the filling of the Google form for Impact Accelerator. And then for sharing of the document. Okay, you have something to say, Modupe? Hello, Modupe, you have something to say? Hello, can you? If you want to say something, you just you click on the raise hand on the chat there. Otherwise, let every system be linked. Okay, so we have already shared the document of this Nigeria Strategic for Immunization and PAC Systems have been shared already in our platform, in the WhatsApp platform. Modupe, can you mute your mic? Dr. Modupe, can you mute your mic? Can you mute your mic, Dr. Modupe? So we have shared that document, and then we're also going to share the harmonized document for that have been done already for data improvement plan and the use. And so the data improvement plan will be shared by me before the end of by this weekend. I should be able to do that. Then Dr. Emmanuel, I don't know if he's here. Dr. Emmanuel, are you here? Okay. I was thinking that Emmanuel has joined us, but he'll be sharing with us also what we have been able to do for the GRIPS creation project that he was harmonizing. So he'll share with us maybe probably by next week. Then we'll now think of. Then Dr. Chukuma also will be helping us to share the coverage survey, and Dr. Khalid Abubakar will also help in harmonizing, in helping to organize the harmonization of reducing inequity and improving coverage data projects. Now, let me ask, is there anyone that I shared before if there was anyone that have an individual plan that would have loved to share with us his or her strategy on how he wants to go about it. And so if there's any one of us that have an individual plan, please just, I'm going to give like 5 minutes for that. You share your strategy. So if you have something to say, just unmute yourself. Hello. This is an online meeting. It's not one person that should be talking. I hope we are hearing each other.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. So if you have an individual plan that you think you can work on individually, you can share with us. Otherwise, we'll make progress.
Okay, good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Doris.
Yeah.
Out of the day, take a chain with emphasis.
Doris, we cannot hear you any longer. Hello, Doris. Doris, are you able to unmute yourself? Okay, Doris, are you able to unmute yourself? Can you all hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello? Can you all hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
You can hear me. Doris, can you hear me? You seem to be, we are not hearing you. Usman, are you the only one hearing me?
Oh, I don't know.
I can hear you.
We're not hearing you.
I
Please.
can hear you.
We are not hearing you. Just go ahead with what you wanted to say something. You wanted to say something, Doris. Okay, let's continue. So, Dr. Kennedy has asked me to give him an opportunity to speak. I don't know if he's here to tell us. I don't know if Dr. Kennedy is here. Okay, so basically, what we are going to do this coming week is that we are going to, as I said before, we'll share with us the document. We have already shared the NCIPS document, and we'll share with you the harmonized project for data improvement plan, and the briefs. What you will do, the instruction will be given anyway. What you do is to look at the you look at the two documents, compare it together to bring out a recommendation. Already there's a recommendation at the harmonized data improvement. I look at some peculiar recommendation and you think that implementable, and you also develop a tax plan or a strategy of how that particular recommendation can be implemented. So that's what we are going to do this coming week. By this week, I'm going to share with us the document, and I'm also going to, after sharing with us, then we'll, by the next coming week, global immunization, global impact accelerator meeting, I'm thinking that whether I should be able to organize those that will put us through in getting funds, like the Gavi persons, to be able to put us through on that aspect, so as we know how to go about proposal drafting. Because as I said last week, you cannot draft out any proposal without having a concrete recommendation which we have suggested, and then which and the tax plan or the implementation strategy of how to go about that particular recommendation which we want to share with NERIC and with the implementing partners. So that's for that aspect. Then the other aspect of it is that when we are able to come up with some detailed plan of what we want to do, we will now have a proposal drafting. We will now be able to come up with what we want to do, how do we want to go about it, and how do we want to source for our fund, how do we go about it. So that will be the next plan for this coming week. And then we will now think about advocacy visits to NERIC, especially because already, as we said last week, there's a document which NERIC has been able to come up with, the NCIP document, and it's about data improvement plan and other strategies that improve coverage for PAC and other health systems. So with this, we are going to make move to present to them, and also if they could adopt what we have come up with, the recommendation we have come up with, and the proposed tax plan or strategy which we want to share with them. So I don't know if anybody have questions or you have suggestion, you have one thing to say before we go ahead. So if you want to say something, you can unmute yourself, or you raise your hand. There's no place to raise hand. Okay, you can just unmute yourself. Suleiman, you have something to say?
Hello.
Okay, we can hear you.
Yeah, that was the Usman. I observed that the leaders from each state that they sent, Niger State have no any leader. So if there is need, if there is not anybody from Niger State, I think that can volunteer to be a leader from Niger.
Sorry, I didn't get you. Can you speak louder?
I said that from the list of the leaders from each state, I observed that there is not any leader from Niger State. So if there is Niger State.
Niger State, okay.
Yes. So if there is not anybody, I think I can volunteer to be a leader.
It's not me that chose the leaders. It's based on the form. The form asks, are you willing and available to make yourself as a leader? That's how it was in the form. So it's based on the response. That's why you saw the names of the leaders like that.
Okay, no problem.
So if you are still willing, you can still be a part of it. It's still open.
Okay.
So
thank you.
I don't know if another person have something to say in response to our last week meeting, or this what I just said concerning our proposal drafting.
Yeah, hello, ma.
Okay.
Hello, ma.
I can hear you.
Okay, this is Doris. I just want to get clarification. Is it possible for one to be doing an individual implementation, is working on individual implementation while still keying into the country group implementation process, or must you focus on one? It's either you're in the country group plan, or you are doing it individually. Thank you.
You can still do individual plan. It depends on how taxing it could be, and you can still join the country plan, which we have decided to implement. You can still join. So it's just all about your time and your commitment, and it's not compulsory to join the country group, but it's always good to work as a team so as to achieve a better and more effective and a productive goal. So I don't know if any other person.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you.
Let's be talking, or else I'll call somebody's name to. I'm going to call somebody. If we don't want to say something, I'm going to call somebody because it's not about one person now. It's about everybody. I have end stop person here. I don't know his name, but he should be able to identify himself and introduce himself to us and give us some way forward.
So thank you. As I said, my name is Abdullah Umar.
We are not hearing you, sir. You seem to be very.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yes, loud and clear.
Can you hear me now?
Loud and
Hello?
clear. We can hear you.
Can you hear me now?
We can hear you.
Now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I said my name is Abdullah Umar, one of the scholars. So I'm working here in Borno.
Can you speak louder? Can you speak louder, sir?
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I said my name is Abdullah Umar. As you see, I'm working with NSTOP as data to implementation officer in Borno.
You're still
So
pen. I don't know if every other person is having the same challenge with me, but I think you should be able to speak louder, sir.
hello.
Yes, sir. We can hear you loud and clear now.
Can you hear me now?
We can
Can
hear
you hear
you.
me now?
Yes.
I said my name is Abdullah Umar.
Okay.
Working with NSTOP here in Borno as data to implementation officer.
Abdullah Umar.
So yes, my work that is GRIP Scholar is on the, I choose one of the transformative investment that is monitoring system, been working under M&E officers, specifically data to implementation. So I choose 3 strategies that used to implement improving RI coverage in Borno State. We choose a review of real microplant, that is target populations, and also providing regular feedback to all the levels, more especially the lower levels, that is the health facility and the LGA level, and also the use of technology, that is electronic immunization registry, which is maybe this is beyond the capability of that. Maybe I have even seen it as one of the strategies to deploy it maybe later. Where in which out of the 27 LGS, we only have 23 that is accessible. Even the 23, most of them, only 10% of these LGS are accessible and services were being provided. So that is why, as part of the implementation strategy for this my project, we have selected 4 LGS. These 4 LGS are mostly the metropolitan LGS. We have the Maiduguri, that is the state capital. We have the Jere, we have Mafa and Kondoga. So we are piloting this microplan in these 4 selected LGS, which these 4 LGS is almost containing 30 to 40% of the total state population because of the issue of insurgency. So far, this is what we have with regard to implementation of my project.
Sorry. Okay, so can we respond to what he has just said? I'm seeing some. My mic was low. Sorry for that. Okay. I want to call on Dr. Khalid to speak with us. Dr. Khalid, can you unmute yourself?
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Hi, Gift.
You're welcome.
Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Yeah. Good evening, everyone.
We can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah, hope everyone is well. Yeah, I'm Dr. Khalid. I work with WHO as National Facilitator in Bauchi, and my specialty is in immunization. I did my scholar course 2017 cohort, and my GRIPS transformation investment was to improve in vaccine supply chain. Happened in 2017, Nigeria was actually having so many challenges after the effective vaccine management that was conducted, and it's showing that Nigeria have a lot of gap vaccine supply. And by then, I developed interest in developing a vaccine supply chain. And I choose the priorities about three. First one is to actually ensure that we improve on micro plan, because if you are to need for the country, you need to have updated micro plan. Then after then, there was gap. There was gap with the vaccine culture inventory. There was poor inventory of them. So it's for Nigeria to have updated inventory.
Sorry, Dr.
Can you hear
Akali.
me?
Sorry, Dr. Akali, I'm going to pause you for a moment. What we want you to do for us, you've been given a responsibility to harmonize the inequity costs, this current one, to look at how you can organize other scholars to harmonize. We don't know how many projects you have been able to receive so far, and then what you have done so far.
Okay, let me just give you update on that. Yeah, the reason why I didn't actually respond on the WhatsApp group, I was given the role to harmonize the inequity projects, and then based on the deadline given for us to have a substantive feedback on our project by Friday, that was yesterday. So I learned that I received only 3 projects, and these 3 projects, I just give maybe some extension so that we'll be able to see within the week we may be receiving from the other scholars. So out of the 3 I received, where they did on missed opportunity of vaccination. So I want to have as much as I can so that I can be able to group number of people that did maybe under beyond infancy, those that did urban vaccination, those that did on integration, so that I can be able to start harmonizing it. But so far on these 3, I'm actually waiting to have as much as I can. So if you can be able to speak to the scholars and participants here, let them try to actually send their project as soon as possible so that I can be able to compile and give update by next week.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Khalid, for that update.
Yeah.
Just to add to what he has said, I'm sure that every one of us were battling to submit the briefs, the inequity creator project by the deadline, and so many of us didn't finish to our creator project to submit. So that's why it wasn't sent before now. So hopefully this coming week you should be able to get more creator projects added to you, and then you look for strategies of how to get other people, because you're not going to be working alone, because of also because of your work and your other commitments. You will need other scholars to support you on that activity. And so as you don't, we don't keep waiting for the harmonization, we will keep making progress. So you will need to get other scholars to work with you. Thank you, Dr. Khalid, for that update. And so let us look at let's look at how do we go about our proposal writing. We should be able to brainstorm on what to do. Just I've said something. I've said we are going to share the document, but we can still think aloud what should be in that proposal and how we can go about it. Let's brainstorm on that, please. So if you have something to say, just unmute yourself. And now the aim of this accelerator exercise is to move towards implementation. We have said before that we have harmonized our work, we have done this, we've done plenty of things, and we desire to um, meet the stakeholders, meet with the government people to tell them this is what we've done as a country group, as an as an alumni of WHO Scholar Program that have hosted at least 4 courses so far. The data improvement plan, that's the Immunization Monitoring Academy, the coverage survey, immunization coverage survey, and the GRIPS, Global Routine Immunization Strategic Plan, and the inequity and reducing inequity and improving coverage. So that 4 courses is what we are going to be focusing on, because we are using an holistic approach. We don't want to say, okay, because we have made progress in data improvement plan, so let's just work with that. We want to carry everything along while we focus on really implementing data improvement plan and make progress in the global immunization strategic plan. So that's our goal. Already, as I said before, there's an NC document that Derek has worked on with other partners on data improvement plan, and we don't intend to have another document. We intend to work with the document they have, but what we need to do is to come up with a recommendation that, okay, this is from what we have learned so far, this is an innovative idea we want to bring into the system, not to start afresh to do a different thing, no, but to work alongside, because we cannot work in isolation. We are working as a team with the governments and other implementing partners. So here with us, there are plenty of us that are working with different agencies, and some of them are implementing agencies, implement government. You will do well, because it's the implementation of data improvement plan or any other plan we have. It's not the one person thing. It's a teamwork. Until we come to the mindset that we are working as a team, I have to assure you, we may not make progress. It's not about me. It's about every one of us. And so let's work as a team. Where you have necessary information, you have someone we can talk to. You can talk to somebody at the national level, at different implementing body. Do well to talk to the person. Do well to share what we are doing. Don't keep quiet. Don't say, it's about them. It's not about them. It's about us. And so always look for ways to bring in solutions, bring in ideas. It's not about gifts, it's about every one of us. And so where you have ideas that can strengthen the body, where you have ideas that can push us to the next level, do well to bring such ideas. Do well to give us contacts or talk to someone about us, about the program, what we are doing. For if you just keep quiet and say, oh, who knows me? Oh, how do I go about it? I'm telling you, we may not make progress, but I can assure you where we have gone to and how far we've gone, certainly we are going to make progress. Let me just share with us an hint, though we are still waiting for an official letter towards that. We're told that the Nigerian scholars will be among those that will be facilitating data improvement plan training when the time comes, because very soon that data improvement plan implementation will take place in Nigeria. And so we are still working hand to hand to see how this can become an official there should be an official document. Let me also say that don't let me like an advice. Whatever we do here, don't take it outside to go talk about it and say, oh, those people, they don't know what they're doing. If you do that, you are also spoiling yourself. Do well to work as a team. As I said, where you have an idea, you have an innovative strategy, you think, oh, if we take to this level, you make progress. Do well to come up with that. So if I share the document of the harmonized data improvement plan we have done before, do well, look at it critically. We may not have so much time to be doing this harmonization and comparison for so long. We may just have like 3 days to do that so as to come up with an ideal recommendation which we are going to share with the NERIC. I'm also going to share with, I'm going to also share the open webinar that was done on data improvement plan during the course. So if you were not part of the course, you can still learn and make a significant recommendation that will move that aspect forward. So someone have something to say? Edija, can you okay.
Hello, hello everyone.
Hello, madam. Now we can hear you.
Yes, who's that?
Okay.
Yes. Yes, good evening. I think I was sleeping.
Okay,
Hello.
we can hear you.
Okay. You had asked that we should make input about the advocacy visit.
Okay.
I will suggest that since we're harmonizing our creator project from every scholar, it would be nice if we have the harmonized document before we can proceed with the proposal, because the proposal is going to talk about the project and talk about how we plan to implement it and how we need their support so it can go through. So that's the little suggestion I want to make concerning the proposal writing towards that we're going to visit with the PHCDA.
Okay, thank you very much. I've said before, I'm going to share the harmonized project already that's on ground. So
Okay.
Just expect that by this weekend, probably before Monday morning, you'll get it. So just look at it, look at the recommendations that were brought out, and look at the input you want to make, the strategy you think that can make that recommendation doable or workable. So, any other person?
Thank you very much.
Thank you for your input.
Can I say something?
Okay. Yes, we can hear you, Modika.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Thank you for the organization. A quick question that I need clarity on would be this proposal writing. If everyone is supposed to harmonize, if we're supposed to work on a single project, how do we bring in the context of each state or community? That's where I'm a little bit confused. Because if we have a single project that we are all going to implement, maybe like a national thing, how do we bring in the context of each, not even state, the local governments? Say for instance, okay, I'm planning to work on something. How do we incorporate it? How do we make it single? That's still a confusion that I need a clarity on.
Okay, on that aspect, we already, most of the data improvement plan starts from the facility level. So you don't implement data improvement plan at the national, it has to start from the facility level. And so as low as that, um, every document, every creator project that was harmonized, we've been able to look at those. We've been able to bring up at different levels, at the LGA level, at the state level, at the zonal level, and at the national level. We've been able to bring out key recommendations that have to do with these three levels. And so once I share it, you look at it, any of the strategy, any of the recommendation which you think that is doable at the local government level, you state it, and you also bring out some strategy, because at the time when we did the data improvement plan, there was nothing like implementation strategy. And so when we are looking at, when you have selected the recommendation you think, or you want to add other recommendations that you think is doable, you also need to look at implementation strategy at that level. I don't know if I've been able to answer the question, or any other person.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Okay. Dr. Khalid, you have something to say?
Yeah, I think you have also. I think I appreciate your response, which is actually a very good, and the question was actually a very good question. I just want to add my own. You know, we are working for Nigeria, and I know that most of the projects were developed facility based. If they are facility based, if it's working well, it's something that is worth showing that at the school level, we have social innovation from social states. Let's see how the national can be able to adopt that and scale it up so as to be able to make it as innovation from scholars. So as you are mentioning, it's very good when we are harmonizing. Let's look into those maybe recommendations that are innovative and we know that they can be effective. Then let's see how we can be able to advocate to the national. Okay, this is what one of the scholars developed, and so far this is the level of achievement or the impact that is made. So we are advocating if national can be able to maybe adopt it and scale up, or maybe can review it further for them to adopt. That's just what I have for you. Just I think it's an input. Thank you.
Sorry for that. It's not about individual plan now, because it has been harmonized. So we are not looking at individual plan. We are looking at the entire plan that has been brought out and the recommendations that people have made. So we'll select the recommendations that are doable and achievable at a specific time, and bring out implementation strategies towards that aspect. So not to say that we are going to start all over to look at the
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, thank you.
That's for that. So, Madam Adebite, you want to speak us?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Loud and clear.
Okay, good afternoon, everybody.
Good evening, ma'am.
Great work, Gift. You are doing so well. Thank you so much. Just to comment on the question of the person that talks about the different variability of the projects based on LG and state situations. I just want to say that all plans, all guidelines, policies are made at the national. The state adopts these plans, then the local government implement the plans based on religious, cultural, socio-cultural, differences. They now adopt the plan and implement according to the social conditions of each of the states and the LGAs. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, ma, for that input. And so,
Thank you, ma.
I also want to, I don't know, Chukuma I think Chukuma is around, and he should share with us how far he has gone with how far he's gone with coverage of what he's been able to do so far. Chukuma, can you hear us? Hello, Dr. Chukuma, can you hear us? Okay, we'll go ahead. I don't know if there is, we just have like 9 minutes to go. Okay, okay.
Hello.
Hello, Dr. Chukuma, we can hear you.
Hello. Are you hearing me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Hello.
We can hear you loud and clear. Your network seems to be breaking.
Hello.
We can hear you loud and clear. We can hear you loud and clear. Can you speak? Can you speak?
Yeah, I can speak.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
I didn't get the question. I didn't get
the question is just
please. Please help me with the question again.
It's just a simple question. You've been given the responsibility to see how you can organize other scholars to harmonize the coverage survey creator projects into one. I don't know how far you've gone towards that, and the number of creator projects you've been able to receive so far.
All right. I have commenced work on that, but I've not been able to conclude because the creator projects are coming in one by one. So far, I've received from 6 scholars. I'm still awaiting. I know there were more than 6 scholars from Nigeria that did the survey course. So I'm hoping that the few remaining ones will be able to turn in there so that we can put everything together and share with the larger group.
Okay, and you need to check the WhatsApp platform, the names of those that fill the Google form for that's indicated that they have participated in the coverage survey is there. I think we are more than 10 or 20. So they have to be, it has to be grouped for analysts and those for manager track. So you will need some other person to be working on the analyst track and another person, maybe you or any other person to be working on the manager track. And if the manager track seems to be more, you can divide it into two groups, give to other people so as to make the work easier and faster, because it's not about you, it's about everyone. So we don't want you to to die or suffer in silence, not die anyway, to suffer in silence. So where you need support and us and help, do call on other scholars, or we are all here to support. So thank you for that update.
It's all right. So I will reconcile with the list and maybe do a reminder mails to those that are still outstanding. If I do need any help, like you mentioned, I will be prompt in asking for that. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, sir. And Dr. As I said the earlier of Dr. Kingsley, Dr. Kennedy wanted to share with us his slide. I don't know why he's not here. But however, I also said last time that any other person you have an individual interest, you want to implement your work on a personal ground, and probably it's just a simple work that is doable, may not require so much financial support or something, and you want to share with us to also encourage other persons that are having similar goals and objectives, you can do that. Probably by next week we may give you the opportunity to share with us so as we can make input in it. Thank you. So we just have 4 minutes. I'm going to Madam Adebite, you have something to say? Hello.
Hello.
Okay.
Are you hearing me?
Yes, loud and clear.
All right, just to encourage all of us to submit our works on time, especially those of us that have done different scholar programs. Let's submit our works on time so that we can put the works together and then move forward. I also want to suggest that we need to do a chronogram where we will have a timeline attached to all our activities, and it will help us to reduce dragging. So if we have a chronogram, we will have listed activities on ground and the timeline attached to them. So this chronogram will actually push us forward a bit. So what is it that we want to write? The proposal. I want to encourage us to start writing the proposal while we are still waiting for the submission of each individual's projects. Let's start drafting the proposal. Like I suggest the other time, we will need like a 6-man team to do these small things so that we can sit together in like a day or a 2-day meeting and sort out the issue of development of written letter to the ED and to the Honorable Minister. We can start sitting together. So these are my submissions. Thank you, Gift. Over to you.
Okay, thank you, Madam. Already, as I said before, on the proposal writing, we will need that recommendation is very, very key. But however, we are not going to drag on that. By Tuesday, we should be able to, after sending the harmonization projects, the NERIC document, the online webinar that was done for data improvement plan, after sending those 3 courses to us by this weekend, by Wednesday, I think we should be able to return all, and then we will now look for, we will now assign some persons, especially the national team members. They are going to be there. You start, in fact, that's where your work starts from. The national team members will need to start thinking, as she has said, start planning or start writing a draft proposal, which is very, very important. So, because by the coming week, we should be able to present what we have done as a proposal. We should be able to come up with that proposal by coming Saturday. And so, every hand should be on deck. Don't relax, even though we may have some other activities to do, but constantly just checking what we are doing at the Nigerian Scholar platform, in Nigerian Impact Accelerator platform, and just keep moving, be a part of it. Don't sit aloof. Don't sit and say, oh, well, I'm not part of it. Whether at the state level you have an input to make, at the zonal level, at any level you are, you have input to make. Nobody is super human being or superior than the other. Every one of us have input. And so that's why it is open for all to make contributions. So by this coming Saturday, we should be able, by the next meeting we'll have, we should be able to come up with that draft proposal. I don't know how Reda can bring some persons to guide us in the other aspect of it, getting funds and how we'll go about it. But that's for that aspect. So our time is 1 minute past 6, and I'm sure we enjoyed the meeting. If you do, please you give the feedback and we'll call the meeting to, we'll come to an end in this meeting, and then we are going to, okay, we have said by next week Saturday we'll be talking about the proposal. We'll be looking at what each person have done. So expect this week, expect the 3 documents, start working on it, bring out your own recommendation, your strategy that you think that is implementable, and share with us. Then the people for the proposal writing will now start working on it. If I don't know if everybody should, okay, just like as she has said, 10 persons is okay for the proposal writing, right? So that's for this meeting today. So thank you for coming. Thank you for giving us your time. Thank you for all the contributions you've made. They are very useful and helpful for the movement, the progress of Nigerian Impact Accelerator. Let's keep making progress. Let's keep taking the lead, just as we have been doing at the global level. Don't stop. Your support, your contributions is what makes you an impactful person. So thank you, everybody, and bye for now. So bye. I'm going to unmute everybody to hear our voice. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.